Today's September 25th, and I told my audience, whether you're borrowers of LoanSense or following me on YouTube or subscribing, that we would have a class action suit by the American Teachers Federation in regards to the fact that the Department of Ed has not moved many income-driven applications forward. So this video is going to be breaking down what is happening with the nearly 2 million applications in standstill. What can you do as a borrower if you are trying to get on an income-driven plan, as well as some general updates. I may screen share this video. Nothing here is scripted, so it is a long form speaking video, but if you're new to my channel, I'm Kat. I'm the founder and CEO of LoanSense. We're student loan advisory, and we work with lenders to help people also achieve their dreams of home ownership. So if you like this type of content, please do like or subscribe. 91% of you are not subscribed that watch our content, so please do so. Also, ask your questions. Like, do me a favor, leave a thumbs up below or a hello if you're a student loan borrower and find this information helpful, so I can get some reinforcement whether this type of content is great for this channel or not. And of course, any of your questions we can also turn into long form content. So let's dive right in. What is happening? Okay. We are at a historic amount of defaults as compared to pre-pandemic, when people were constantly required to make their payments. That's not new news. I've had several videos about that, and if you are on your pathway, unfortunately, towards default, please do watch those videos because we do have some remedies. I will link them here. But today is not going to be talking about the default as much as it is what is happening with the Department of Ed to process these income-driven documents that are on hold. So first of all, when LoanSense files people, we do not go through the Department of Ed. We go directly to servicer. So everybody we work with does not hang out in that 2 million, almost 2 million person queue that they've gotten down to like closer to 1.2. I believe this Forbes article said. So LoanSense, we skip going through the Department of Ed and we go directly with your servicer so that you don't get in that queue. So I just want to specify that first. You do not have to go in that queue. Second of all, the Department of Ed right now is trying to find every way to deny people from getting into income-driven plans. So for example, if you file into income-driven, please do not file using the old forms or forms you saved or anything like that on your own, because that's a reason to reject you if you don't use an updated form. So they're looking for ways to deny people. They're also denying people for, there's a portion on the form, maybe I can screen share and pull it up, but it basically says, put me in the lowest plan or the best plan or something. If you check that, they're also rejecting you for checking that because they don't want to select the plan for you, apparently. I don't know why they made it an option on the form if they're going to deny you and say that you can't choose that option. Beats me, but of course they oh, actually they took it away now. The most updated form, they took it away, but the old forms, it was present. So you had to select a plan, and if you select put me in the best one, they're going to deny your paperwork. So imagine sitting in queue for months. Now all of a sudden they get your paperwork, you use the older form before they updated it that says put me in the lowest plan, they deny you. Okay, so they're looking for many ways to deny people. We've seen at LoanSense that they'll deny people from enrolling in pay as you earn. Even if you qualify, they deny you, like some servicers, not all. So I think there's some inconsistency across how the servicers are also managing things. So those are a couple updates right there. If you submit an old form, they deny you. If you check you want to get in the best form, the best plan, they deny you. Also, they're making excuses for why they're not processing forgiveness. They're processing PSLF forgiveness right now, but not not income-based repayment forgiveness. They say they're fixing their system before they can start processing those. And they also are completely pausing forgiveness under ICR and pay as you earn, saying that it was not legislated by Congress, so that they don't have to forgive those programs because it's not legislated by Congress. And of course, the American Teachers Federation is coming out and suing them and saying, well, actually, you told people that those programs qualified for forgiveness regardless. And also, you as a department have authority to manage the forgiveness program. So if you told them they can get forgiveness and you have the authority, then by law, you need to forgive it because that's what you told people, right? So that's being fought and is being in contention right now. I say that because we've helped a lot of people enroll in Pay As You Earn. We've helped parents with Parent Plus enroll in ICR. So if that happens to be your situation, you've come towards the end, do not feel demoralized. It's not, the fight isn't up. I also want to, my deepest empathy goes out to those, and we see them also in articles and news articles saying borrowers are just feeling simply frustrated with not having clear guidance on student loans. Like the Department of Ed says one thing, they do one thing, now it's another thing, and they just can't keep up. It's confusing, it's complex, it's annoying, it's stressful. I hear you. I absolutely hear you. I absolutely hear you. It's very frustrating to do something, and not just do something for a year or two, but do something for 10, 20 years or close to that, under all the proper rules, and then be told, well, that's not congressionally legislated, so we're just going to put it on hold for now. That is extremely frustrating. So the American Teachers Federation is suing the Department of Ed, saying that these are people who have exceeded their minimum, their required payments, and you have to forgive the loans. Here's another complication, and why they're suing that I want to explain is because in 2026, federal taxes are returning on any loans forgiven that are not public service loan forgiveness, form of forgiveness. So if you're just getting forgiven under 20 years of repayment under Pay As You Earn, that will no longer, that has a tax implication. And so that's why the American Federation of Teachers is suing, because it's like, well, people have a tax burden that they literally have to pay, like 25%, 30%, depends on your tax bracket, on forgiveness in 2026. And you guys are just delaying the decision, which means that people are going to have financial repercussions that they have not saved for because they plan to have their loans forgiven already, right? So that's the basis of the lawsuit. I'm not shocked to hear that this is something that would happen, but I do want to say, don't feel demoralized. It's not over. A decision has not been made in regards to save, pause. I mean, ending. Obviously, we encourage people to get off of save, but the fight isn't over for those who have paid 20 years on Pay As You Earn, or even have paid your time on ICR. That fight is not over. So I do want to talk a little bit about some stats. I want to come back. So 18.8 million borrowers are currently in repayment, 13 million are in good standing, and literally 5 million, almost essentially a quarter of borrowers, are not in good standing. So it's quite frightening. I just want to say, if you are not in repayment and you believe you shouldn't be paying, the first action I would do immediately is to set up your loans on auto pay. And the reason is because you just don't want to miss a payment. You don't want your credit hit for no reason. Servicers are totally unpredictable in their horrible communication. So I would say that is the first tip. The second tip is, if you can afford to get into repayment, to get into repayment, because there is literally no advantage to staying on pause, because this time doesn't count towards anything if you're not making payments. So we recommend people get into repayment, and if your income is lower and you feel like you can't afford that payment, you could still get into repayment, and you don't have to sit in the 1 million plus queue. We can file the paperwork directly. Of course, we're very advisory, so we will, obviously get insight into your marriage situation in terms of filing separate or joint. What should you do as we come closer to tax season? As well as how can managing your student loans help with other goals, right? Now LoanSense has partnered for those who need credit assistance. We have a partnership we will be rolling out soon. Comment credit below if you're interested. You can get a complimentary call with a housing and urban development approved housing counselor starting in a few short weeks. So comment credit below if that's interesting to you, and we will make sure to get you links as soon as that launches. We're very excited about that launch. And we're here to answer any questions. Please list your comments, and again, like, subscribe, and share.